myself from dancing to two things at one time. And make sure I got my camera going on. What's going on, good people? Come on into the room. As I say, be coachable, teachable, trainable, and post your state where you are chiming in from so that I will know where this information is reaching out into these internet streets. So currently I am here live with you guys on TikTok on Watch Me Work Wednesday. I'm also streaming on 2 or 3 other platforms, FB, LI, and YT, because it's Watch Me Work Wednesday. It is the final live of 2025. And I'm still in here dancing and jamming to some Christmas music. So I found this new app. Thank you so very much for your heartney. I found this new app where I don't know if you guys know the previous journey. Hey, Lawanda, but I used to listen to Sirius XM, right? I used to pay for it, used to listen to it. It was good to go. And then it occurred to me, I currently have a Zon account. Why don't I see if Zon has any type of streaming music as well? Turns out it does. So, of course, we decided to forego continuing to listen to the streaming platform on Sirius XM, and we decided to listen to Zon's music. Cool. Plus, the thing that's really cool about Zon's music is that you actually can, on Zon's platform, you can actually see the lyrics. Child. The amount of stuff I've been singing wrong from the Motown era. The amount of stuff I have been singing wrong from the Motown era is unreal. When you actually stream Zon's music channel, especially if you stream it over on like your TV or something, it pulls up the lyrics. You can read the lyrics. I was like, oops. Okay. So anyway, that is not where I was going with that. But girl, we make up the words that make the song make sense. Okay, that's what we do. We make up the words that make the song make sense. Okay, and so I just didn't realize how much stuff I've been singing wrong. Number one. Number two is also the fact that I had been paying for the Sirius for so long. Oh, I love Lettucey. Give Love on Christmas Day. This is Lettucey that we're listening to. Let me know whether or not you guys can hear it. If it's too loud, I can turn it down just a hair, because sometimes I feel like I'm yelling over the words. Y'all come on into the room. Come on into the stream. Hey there, B. So good to see you. But yeah, I went and I found this app on my phone, and it's called Music Vibe. It's a free app. Yes, it has ad lines. As long as you don't touch the screen, no ads pop up. But if you like the song, then an ad pops up. If you save it to a playlist, then an ad pops up. That is so annoying, right? So you just swipe away or, hit the little X and the ad goes away. But regardless, I didn't realize so many people have Christmas music. Mario has Christmas music. Kelly Rowland has Christmas music. Lettucey has Christmas music. Christina Aguilera, Tori, somebody, I don't know. Of course, Whitney and the Braxtons and all them, they have Christmas music as well. And I don't mean just Christmas music. I mean full-blown Christmas albums. Okay. So I have been listening between my Zon account and the music, which I listen to all my soul Christmas, classic Christmas music, Motown, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, Christmas music, right? And I also started listening to this Music Vibe app, and I'm hearing so much Christmas music that I've never heard before. Mind you, I can listen to Motown music year round, okay? Especially Smokey Robinson and Luther Vandross. I can listen to those two on peak and repeat, right? But I was listening to all of that, and I was paying for it. And then it occurred to me, I'm already paying for the Zon. Let me go and check and see if they have music. They do, for free. You have to keep tapping every 6 songs, keep listening. But then I found Music Vibe. Music Vibe, I put it on my backup phone, and it's casting across the room to my Bluetooth speaker. Hey, Roger. And I get to listen to that pretty much 24/7. Okay. Yes and yes. So hopefully we'll see, because I don't know if you know, but there's a Christmas station. Everybody, even Snoop has a Christmas song. Okay. Now, we've probably been singing the lyrics to that completely wrong. But anyway, So I was listening to this, and when I used to listen to it on Sirius, it goes away. Like 2 or 3 days into the new year, it completely goes away. And so I'm interested to see whether or not Music Vibe is going to go away as we get, further into the new year. Happy early new year to each and every one of you. If you operate on the 12-month calendar that we have, in about 5 hours and 54 minutes, we will be thrust into a new year. Happy New Year, y'all. Okay, in advance, just in case I don't get to see some of you guys, I am going to go live shortly before or shortly after, depending on how long me and my family act a fool up in this house, bringing in the new year. Also, how inebriated I may be. We'll see whether or not I'm live. My hope is to be cognizant enough to make the recording of my 12 grapes under the table, accounting for my 12 manifestations for 2026. We'll see, right? What's going on, Heather? So good to see you. So again, that is what we will be doing. But just in case, I grab a little bit too much wine. Happy New Year in advance. So I have so much to talk about tonight. It's not even funny. I'm excited. What are you guys doing? Before I start running my trap and talking, what are you guys doing here to bring in the new year here 6 hours, 5 hours or so before the new year comes in? Kelsey, what are you doing? What you got going on? I think in Oklahoma, was it? What you got going on? This is Jordan Sparks. I'll be home for Christmas. As you and most other 70s babies, what's going on, Vanessa? So good to see you. Hey, Verna. Southern Luck Dinner. Like potluck dinner? You said Southern Luck Dinner. Is that what you're cooking? That's what you got going on? I ain't cooking nothing. Not nothing. So little mom guilt is not even funny. You're cooking nothing, right? Now, tomorrow, I may go ahead and cook me some black eyed peas and some smoked beef sausage, only because I want some. Not because I'm cooking it for the whole luck thing. I'm going to be washing some clothes this week. I know there's one that's going around about not washing clothes or something for the first 5 or 7 days of the year. We got dogs that don't work. That washing machine is usually going every 2 or 3 days. We got dogs, so stuff stay in the washing machine. I don't know where that one came from. I don't know what that had to do with the price of tea in China. We're probably gonna be washing some clothes. What you got going on, Vanessa, up there in Baltimore? What you got going on as you bring in the new year? I ain't cooking nothing, like I said. Okay. I still have leftover everything I need to make a macaroni and cheese. However, right now we are battling 2 toe-up stomachs in this house. And I mean toe-up stomach where the energy has been drained. We have had 2 sick leaves over the course of the entire after Christmas season. So for the last week, it's been a trip in this house. So I've been on my Nax, I've been on my ashwagandhas, I've been on my sea moss, I've been on my vitamin C, I've been on my elderberry. Yes, right, because both of my adult sons are sick. And one is able to work from home, sick as he may be, from his laptop. He's still able to work. But Julian has been called out for like 3 or 4 days, sick. So yeah, that's kind of a blessing and a curse because they're sick, but I don't have to holiday cook. So I hate that that's going on. So it just relieved me and my mom guilt from really not needing to cook to bring in the new year. So we're going to toast and we're going to, do our manifestation and we're going to do all that. And then we're going to continue to retreat. If we don't pull out the games, if they're not filling up, enough for the games, then we have this thing that we figured out we can also do is we will get on our mobile devices in all our different areas, and literally we will get on our mobile devices and play games. Monopoly is a big one. I actually invested into a couple of Black-owned companies this year, and one of the games got here is called Developers. I wanted to play that one, but it's a physical game similar to the The cash flow game is similar to that. It's called Developers. Thank you for your daily heart, me, Vanessa. But I don't think they're going to be well enough to come out of their room and mingle among us all and not get us sick with whatever's going on with them. So more than likely, we'll save that one a little bit into the new year. Not cooking, just getting over a cold. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And working on something for the new year. Yeah. So my two guys up here in the house, my two adult men, are both sick. One of us missed about 3, 4 days of work. The other one has been working from the bed with an air scrubber and NyQuil, DayQuil, Gatorade, bananas, crackers, all of that in his own little world. The other one up here has been, doing the same thing with water and Gatorade and bananas and rice and crackers, just trying to figure out what's going on. So that kind of relieved me of having to cook. But yeah, that's what we got going on here in North Carolina. So the weather has been really, really iffy. It has gotten to be 68. I think it was like 68 degrees the other day, then turned around and dropped down to 25 that night. North Carolina weather is weathering right now. So it's kind of crazy here in North Carolina. I will get into a little bit of teaching tonight because we're going to talk about tonight why specifically your LLC is failing you. Now, I don't know if you got a chance to see it on multiple social media platforms that I put out, but I titled this description for tonight's closing out 2025 call. I titled it, Your LLC is Failing You. Learn why. And yes, you should still renew it in 2026. And I said, okay, come in, join me for the live tonight because I want to answer that question that yes, should you renew your LLC even if you do now know or now understand that your LLC is hurting you? Yes, you should. And why do I know this? Because at the crack of dawn this morning, I saw my coach was live. I said, let me jump on here and see what my coach is talking about. And he gave us a whole entire what do I want to call it? Class in how to be integritous, as I like to say, how to operate in integrity. And if you don't, what the consequences of not operating in integrity is. Like that was a beautiful thing to witness the amount of patience that he has been able to display through all of this trial and tribulation that his company is going through. And we got to witness when the pot begins to boil and it's time to turn the thing down, put the lid on, simmer it, and shut that thing down, right? We got an opportunity to see what that looks like today. And I thought that was really, really, honorable for him to share that transparent part of the journey with us, right? I really enjoyed seeing what that looks like to be able to respond, okay, to be able to respond to a very professional, to respond professionally to an unprofessional situation. We got to witness what that looks like. And then before he got ready to let us go, which I thought we were going to be on there enjoying some good teaching here in the last final day of 2025. And he was like, nope, that's all I got for you. We got to get prepared. I was like, wait. I was waiting for him to get into the teaching part of it so I could ask my question. So I had to jump up, throw my robe on, throw some jewelry on, right? And hit the button and request to come on to ask my question because I did not want to leave 2025 without having an answer for my people who have been asking me a very, very, very important question with regards to, okay, Martina, you do realize you coached us to get an LLC. You do realize you coached, trained, and taught us to go and get an LLC. You told us to do that. What is we supposed to do now? What is we? Y'all know I know proper English. And I was like, before we leave this year, I've got to have an answer for my people. So I fell on the sword this morning. I jumped up full on in a robe, hair looking a hot toe up mess. Not that it looks much different now, but I don't know what to do about my hair. Anyway, hot toe up mess. What's going on, Michael? Hopped on, went on camera, and I asked a question. And my question was basically, I understand that the LLC is hurting us and the way that we were taught, to which I do agree, I taught it as well. The way that we were taught was that you should get an LLC. And now that we know better, we're going to do better. what am I supposed to tell my people? He said, and I quote, you're going to have to break it down to them. You're going to have to feed them another hard pill. You're going to have to fall on the sword again, and you're going to have to deliver some bad news, right? I was like, okay, wow. So I'll give you and I'll play his exact answer. Okay, so you can hear it from the horse's mouth. All right, and you let me know whether or not you are available to hear this. So let me hit pause here. Fantasia yelling anyway. And let's see if I can bring this onto the screen. And Kelsey, let me know whether or not you guys can hear this.
Yep. Yep. So you're going to have to be the bearer of bad news again. Because no matter what happens, the company has to be in good standings before we change it to a corporation. So they're going to have to file that annual report. They're going to have to renew it, just knowing that whenever that time comes to convert, the business has to be in good standings. Because if they don't renew it, it's going to show that the business is not in good standings, and we can't even do the conversion anyway. So it's just part of the process. And again, when I've gotten pushback in the past, it just adds to where I tell people these are all of the costly mistakes we've made. We jumped on that LLC train. Now to get off of it, we're gonna have to pay a ticket. We paid to get on it, we're gonna have to pay to get off of it. It's just a part of the process.
Yeah. We paid to get on it. We just gonna have to pay to get off it. It's just a part of the process. So yes, guys, you will have to go in and you will have to renew your LLC in 2026, right? Because if your LLC is dissolved, needs to be reinstated, is going through whatever the alert is, that I can only speak for the state of North Carolina, the state of Georgia, and the state of New York verbatim. If it goes dissolved, you get your notice and all of that, then it shows in a bad standing and you aren't going to be able to convert it without reinstating it anyway. So why not stay above the board? Because I don't know if you guys know, but when you go to the Secretary of State for most states, it shows a lineage of your LLC. That's public information. Most people don't realize that when they do their registrations for Secretary of State or whomever, they don't realize that's public information. Some LLCs are registered with home residential addresses. Again, that is public information. Like, and anyone who knows the name of your LLC, or in most cases, if you're the registered agent for your LLC, your information is also public information. So literally, if you go to the Secretary of State and you can say, look up information by an organization, you can say, look up information by a registered agent, words that start with or end with. There are all different ways, first, middle, last. There are so many different ways that you can look up information for the Secretary of State. And most people don't realize when they go through and do those registrations that the information that you submit on your annual report is public information. Like, I just went in just on GP and I typed in just my last name, just on GP, typed in my last name, and I can see all the registered agents that have that name. And I am available to click on each and every one of these and see all of the public information for that registered agent. So most times when people register their business, it's registered with your home address. So that means if you registered your information, you registered it yourself, you registered as the registered agent for that particular business, LLC in this case, you probably put your home address on there. Your home address is now public information. Now, mind you, once you go on a lease, not on a lease, once you go on a record for registered deeds, register of deeds and all of that, when you actually get a mortgage, I don't know if you guys realize it, but your information is public. People can find where you live when you go on a deed and you have a mortgage. They can find where you live. Yeah. So a lot of this information is public information. And where I was going with all of that, I was going through all of that to say you can also, people don't realize that when you go through all of that and you skip a year, you're behind a year, you receive the notice, you do these different things just kind of like all over the place, that information is leaving footprints. The year you skip, the year you receive the notice, the year you go dissolve, the fact that you reinstate, the fact that you convert, correct, all of that is public information. You're a business. That's not how business operates, right? And so, yes, if you have an LLC, if you swallowed the blue or the red or the purple or the orange or the green or the white or the pink pill, right? Whatever pill you swallowed, whatever level of programming you receive, whatever certification, if you went through my certification, you received, yeah, you got to renew. Like, so yes. One of my LLC businesses, Four Figures to Freedom, LLC. Yeah, they got to renew if they aren't dissolved. Another one, That DS Guru. Yeah, got to renew. Yeah. DR Banks, LLC. Yep, got to renew. Y'all see that one? Britt Family Legacy. Yep, got to renew. Family First Designs, LLC. Yep, got to renew. Cultivated Minds Enterprises, My New Walk in Life, Silence the Noise, Rainy Notary Service. I'm just thinking of all my different clients. Yeah. Phyllis Darton, Plan for Increase, Cassie Ward Ministries, Heavenly Rescued. Yep. Gotta renew. Right? And then we have to go through the process of not only unlearning all of the information that we previously knew, we now have to learn the new information, right? And it's not about me teaching you corporate structure. It's not about me teaching you registering a nonprofit. It's not about me teaching you holding company, parent company, all of these terms. Why? Because I'm learning it myself. It's not about me coaching and teaching you all of that. I am your personal brand master, right? I'm helping you to figure out how in the world you need to unlearn the information that you have learned surrounding branding and how you can get your assets in order and how you can go from being new, emerging, aspiring, stuck, struggling as an entrepreneur or as a speaker, right? And how you can now shift and pivot. Thank you so much for my Daily Heart Meet, Tia. I appreciate you. Hey there, Sophia. Glad to have you. You have to go from learning all of that bad programming about business, right, to learning the correct programming about business structure and all of that. Because again, my goal is to help you with your own personal branding structure. There she goes. She done set it off again. Tia, you are the absolute best. Thank you so much. And guys, I know what Baddie stands for now. We'll get into that in just a moment. All right. Being on Tia's live, paying attention to the information that she has shared. I know what Baddie stands for now. I'm a baddie. Okay. But anyway, guys, being able to come on this live with you for the small bit of time that we have been together, right? And it's only been about a month and a half, November, right around the beginning of November, I started to get a hang of what's going on. So with just these 2 months, pretty much a month and a half, 2 months of being able to come on here and talk with you guys about personal branding has been a blessing to my soul. It's been confirmation. It's been, the availability to create information that I know that I've gone through the struggle with, to be able to take what we've done inside of the community, what we've done for clients over the past 10, 20 years, right? And to be able to walk you guys through what that process looks like has been such a joy. I don't know what my music is over here doing now. I don't even know if y'all can still hear. That's Babyface. And this particular one is White Christmas. I don't know. Well, you weren't here earlier, but I was saying I used to pay for a membership tier through SiriusXM. I used to listen to strictly Christmas music on Smokey Robertson's channel, right? Paying for Sirius XM, and it occurred to me, I said, I wonder if Design, before we got right to the end of the thing, and it was like, do I want to renew this, right? And I was like, why would I renew for Sirius XM when I already pay for Design and I could see Design has music? Design has music. Got, released the Sirius XM, was listening to Zon for a while, came across this new station called Music 5. It's an app I put on my phone. I listen to music 24/7 now, and it is amazing how many other artists have not only Christmas music, but complete Christmas albums. And I've been listening to that like nonstop. And I actually haven't gotten tired of Christmas music this time because I'm listening to completely new artists. Usually when I'm listening to the Zon, I'm listening to soul music, I'm listening to Motown, I'm listening to the R&B classics, I'm listening to Bing Crosby and a lot of these different people. But now I'm on here and I'm listening to this genre of music, totally, completely different. It's just interesting to me that when you stay in the confines of a certain thing, you don't realize how much more is out there. You don't realize how much more is available for you because you're sitting inside of your cocoon, or you're inside of your bubble, or you're afraid to step out and see what else is out there. It's just blowing my mind how much more is out there because I've been snuggled up nice and tight listening to what I know, i.e., I've been coaching, teaching, and training, on an LLC, not realizing your LLC is hurting you. So again, as you witnessed earlier, I started all this out playing the video from earlier. And basically what I said was that I'm not the one to teach you how to get the business structure side of it right. That's why I have a coach. That's why I was up with my head looking like it was looking. Okay, Vanderbilt, welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to have you in the stream on tonight, depending on where you're catching this from. Good evening to you as well. I am beyond amazing. I am abundantly blessed. I am excited to be here sharing this information with you guys as we close out 2025, listening to my good music, realizing how much more is out there, for us that we don't know. I can't imagine what 2026 is about to be like. I am so full, and I hope you are as well. I hope you are, Tia. I hope you are, Vanessa. I hope you are, Kelsey. I don't know, Ventress. I don't know who many of you are, but I hope you guys are excited about what is to come. I want to take attendance as we jump into the first 30 minutes of this. My good and faithful good friend, Tia, who is a mom of 6, serves over 10,000 followers here on TikTok. That is so dope. Helping the overwhelmed mom to unlearn and relearn and begin her healing, journey. She is a live host various days of the weeks. Definitely, if you are interested in any of that good energy that she delivers on those lives, then definitely follow her. We have over 125 followers for my good new friend, Miss Kelsey. And I want to say, I think you said you were in Oklahoma. She is currently transitioning and she is building a new legacy. If you want to help support her and help her move on up to her next part of this journey, definitely take the opportunity to send her some good coins, right? And some good energy and some prayers that she sustains this part of her journey and that the lesson is swift and quick and easy for her to ascend to her next level. My girl Vanessa, who I've known well over a decade, is for the 9-to-5 grinder who seeks more to build their credit, get bigger raises on their job, right, to ascend to multiple streams and to get the blueprint. She has more information in her Linktree link with over 821 followers. Girl, you doing it. Vanderbilt, brand spanking new to my eyes here with over 6,000 followers. He is the CEO of The Movement, right? He is a live host, a radio personality, faith, mental health, life unfiltered CEO, The Movement radio show. So currently I'm seeing Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm assuming this may be starting in the new year, but I'm going to give you a follow because I definitely would be interested in learning more about that. And any of you who are in the room, if that is of interest to you, definitely take the opportunity to follow Vanderbilt as well. Mental health platform called CEO of the Movement. Thank you again for letting us know. So again, guys, when you are joining these different rooms that you are joining, especially here on TikTok, take the opportunity, as I say, to start doing 3 specific things when you are looking at this platform. These are things that I have learned from Nicole. She is a live host. She is a creator, a growth creator, 10:30 a.m., pretty much Monday through Friday. And she is where I got these first 3 tips from, 0 to 10,000 growth followers. The first thing I learned from her was to set a budget. The first thing Nicole says, and if you need her handle, is at TE Money Banks 12. TE Money Banks 12. That is her handle. She is a live growth coach here. 0 to 10,000 followers. Come on and get unashy, blessed by the best. You need to get unashy with us, right? Literally, the first 1, 2, and 3 tips that she gave me when I began learning from her was to set a budget. I was completely confused when she said set a budget. You want to know why? I didn't know initially when I got over here, mind you, less than 60 days ago, that you were to buy coins with real money. Okay. So that's what she meant when she said set a budget. I didn't have a clue. Set a budget is what she said. The first thing you do when you come on this platform and you do begin to invest some of your money, some of your coins, right? Thank you so much for getting that ashy and getting your daily heart meat blessed by the best. Yes, the first thing that I then understood what she meant was when you pay for them coins, when you do the exchange, when you go through, tt.c and you do /coins and you actually pay for the coins, guys, set a budget. Because you will blow through the recharge, the exchange, whatever you do, you will blow through that money. Set a budget. That's the first thing I understood. Because when she first said set a budget, I'm in her room and I'm like, what in the world? What is she talking about? Set a budget. We on TikTok. We on here to dance, right? We're on here to dance. That's literally what I thought she meant. Like I didn't understand why we would be setting a budget when my thought was we're on TikTok to dance, right? No, set a budget. The reason she said set a budget is because you will get so excited. You will get so overwhelmed. It's like your adrenaline will be flowing, especially when you go through a situation like this morning when we're watching the rain battle for the very first time. We hitting recharge, right? That's money. That's literal money. And the first thing that she got me to understand was, thank you so much for your roses. I appreciate it. Thank you, Vanderbilt. I don't know what that really means, but thank you for that. Hopefully I'll be able to go back and capture it and, actually get an image caption of that beautiful gift that you just gave me. Manifest it. I'm going to talk about that before we close out. But Nicole was saying to set a budget because you'll be hitting that recharge. And the next thing you know, you just spent 10, 20, 30, 100. I don't know. You will have spent so much money. So she said to set a budget. Okay, cool. Wrote it down literally on my little card here. Let me see if I can. Yep, literally on my card here. Set a budget because you will be popping in and out these rooms. You'll be looking at people. You'll be vibing with people. Your energy will mesh with people. You'll want to support people. You'll want to give to people. Set a budget. That's the number one thing she said. The number 2 thing she said, can anybody guess when you set a budget, what could possibly be the number 2 thing that she taught us? Anybody want to guess real quick? Number 1 thing was set a budget. And if you've heard me run this play before, don't tell nobody else. Thank you. I appreciate that. I receive your abundant blessings for myself, for my community, for my clients, for my family, for my friends. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. The number one thing she told us was to set a budget. The number two thing she was very close, stick to the budget. The first thing Nicole taught us was to set a budget. The second thing Nicole taught us was to stick to the budget, right? Because you could say, hey, I'm going to do this. And then something blows through and you blow it. Okay, what was the point of setting a budget? So, yes, discipline yourself and stick to the budget. That was number two. That was a very good guess. Symbiotic mindsets here. All right. So set a budget. Yes. Welcome, wealthy VIP. The second thing was I was in the ballpark. You hit it. No problem. The third thing was to read the room. Of course, again, I didn't know what she meant by read the room. The first thing was to set a budget. The second thing was to stick to the budget. And the third thing was to read the room. Why did she say to read the room? Well, number one, when you're reading the room, you're paying attention to the energy that's going on in the room. You're paying attention to the good energy that Vanderbilt just set out. Not only did he leave comments that suggested that he is a quality engager, as they say here in the TikTok world, but also that he has good energy. He has a good energy about him, a zhuzh, a secret sauce, as I say, that will be, exuded when he comes into your room. Read the room. Take the opportunity to pay attention to the people who are in the room, to the people who are gifting. Why are you also paying attention to the people and reading the room? Number one, you want to see how that person moves in the room that you're in. Then you want to see how that person will move in the room that you have created that they may show up to, right? Then you want to see if you see that individual in other rooms that you frequent. How are they moving in the rooms, right? All of this is really good energy for when it's time to actually follow someone. Why? Because this algorithm tracks all of that. Heather taught us each and every Friday, she does hers more frequent than this, but each and every Friday, I go through and I do follows or unfollows, right? Because now that you've taken the opportunity to read the room and you've jotted down some people that you're paying attention to, and you're going to see how these people move in other rooms, I call it seasoning since I'm from New Orleans. I like that, right? You want to take the opportunity to pay attention when you are in the other rooms, how that person is moving in the other rooms, right? You want to pay attention to all of that because the algorithm is paying attention to all of that. If you have a bunch of bots following you, this is what she teaches us to do, is to go down our timeline, go down our activity, our comments, and all of that once or twice a month or once or twice a week. And if you see you have banned accounts, block and remove them. If you see you have a bunch of people that you're following and they're not following you back, like you have to give certain, especially during the holidays, you have to give a little grace for people paying attention to their friends and families who are physically around them versus to their internet friends and family. You have to give them a little bit of grace, and you have to allow people a certain amount of time to finally do the same thing and follow you back. However, depending on what your frame of time is, you don't want to be following more people than are following you. And you want to take the action and the activity to go through, and you have to take some of those follows back. You have to pay attention to the people who have no profiles, who still are just called users, who have banned accounts, who have blocked accounts. You want to block them. You want to remove them. You want to clean, executive cleaning. There you go. You want to clean your algorithmic energy and atmosphere because the algorithm is paying attention to that. Okay, that's another reason you read the room. If you got bots popping in, if you got people coming into your live going, follow me, be my bestie, put me in your box, bring me on your panel, let's do this, that, and the third. You don't want that. You don't want those people because the algorithm is paying attention to that. She talks, Heather talks a lot about doom scrolling. I did get an opportunity to hear Nicole talk about doom scrolling as well. If you're going to doom scroll, you need to go and log yourself into another account and doom scroll on that account. Create yourself a doom scrolling account. Go in that account and doom scroll. If you must doom scroll, don't doom scroll on your main account. Don't just sit there and look video and click and move and move and move and move. You're going to confuse your algorithm, number one, right? You're going to end up with ask me how I know. I had puppies, nail stuff, and foodies all up and down my algorithm. Pets, food, and nails all up and down, right? Okay? You don't want to do that. If you have that sense or that urge in you, get a second phone. It can be an old super cheap phone as long as it can access TikTok, do it on that phone. Or if you notice when you actually log in, it'll ask you about logging into an account. I pay attention to those who interact with. I control alt delete real quick, fast in a hurry, right? You have the opportunity to log into a different account. Okay. If you're going to do that, doom scroll on that account. I suggest you do it on a second phone, but if you're going to log into the other account, doom scroll on that account. Okay. Don't doom scroll on this account. This is the account that you are actually trying to make sure that especially if you're going to be a live host, a content creator, a showcase person, and all, if you're going to do all that, make sure you do your fun on another account. Be serious on this account. Do business like business if you want this to actually perform and to output like a business would output. Okay. Do it on here. Okay. I got a flash goal. Got to learn to pay attention to this stuff. So this says I have a flash goal. It says 3 gifters send love you so much to your live in the next 15 minutes. So I'll pin that and we'll get started on that for the next 15 minutes. Love you. We in here talking. TikTok, we in here talking. All right, we in here teaching. We in here talking. Okay. So back to what I was saying. The first was, and you can only do one when it sends that live thing up. You can only do one. It's not like my live goal up top that Tia came in here and blew through. Okay, it's not like that one. You can only do one. All right, and then once it's yay, thank you guys. It's met. Gone back to what you was doing. Algorithm. We in here trying to teach and learn. So set a goal, stick to the goal, read the room. Right. Those are the 3 things that I learned instantly from Nicole. Then I began to learn more from Heather. One of the most important things that I added on to Nicole's was to exit at the budget, right? So once you have determined what your goal is going to be, what your budget is, once you actually set the budget, you stick to the budget, you spend however much you're going to spend, and you have read the rule. You've taken the opportunity to write down Vanderbilt. You've taken the opportunity to write down, Kelsey, Renovate My Life. You've taken the opportunity to write down Vanessa Singleton. You've taken the opportunity to write down Tia, and you've taken the homeschool mom baddie. You've taken the opportunity to write down and pay attention to all of that because you've read the room. Now it's time to exit because you've met your budget. Hey, I said I was going to come in here. I was going to spend this time. I said no matter how long Dwayne was going to be on today, I was going to be in this room. I was going to spend about 300 coins today. I was not going to spend more than 300 coins, and I'm going to follow at least 5 people and make sure I pick up really good quality followers, and I have at least 30 minutes of good engagement. These are the goals that you have set in your mind. This is the budget of your time and your coins that you determined you were going to spend. When you meet the 30 minutes, when you meet the 300 coins, when you meet the 5 followers, when you meet the 3 consistent points of comments and engagement and good interaction, when you meet your budget, bounce. Exit, let it go. Or if you determine I'm going to stay on the entire time that this individual is live, don't spend no more money. Exit your coins. That means don't spend no more money, right? That means now you're still budgeting your time, your comments, your engagement. When you meet that threshold, exit. Now you're just there to tap. Now I'm going to rat-a-tat-tap it up for the amount of time that I'm here until this individual closes out their live today. When they close out the live, exit the budget. You've met your budget, right? And number 5 of those tips, now I'm going to pick 3 to 5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now I'm going to pick 3 to 5 of those people where I met my budget at today, and I'm going to go to their profile and I'm going to pay attention. Pay attention to this part. I'm going to like 3 to 5 of their comments, their post, their videos, or some sense, okay, or a combination of all of that. Genuinely, I'm going to like it. I'm going to share it with someone that I know needs it. I may decide that I need to repost that for my own people to get an alert that they need to watch this. I'm also going to comment. I'm going to bookmark it, right? But I'm not going to go to all the people and go tap, 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 like, share, repost. No, that's not quality. I'm actually going to go and pay attention. I'm going to intentionally now invest my energy towards 3 to 5 of those 3 to 5 people that I read the room about. Okay? Now that you have looked at their relevant content, now you can clock out of TikTok for the day. Now you can go do doom scroll. Now you can go do whatever is on the other side of that. Those are the 5 things that I learned, 3 of them from Nicole. Then I added on the other 2 for myself. And then I began to pay attention to what Heather was saying about now I can create my content, knowing these things are the things that the people who are in my community are going to need to see, need to share. We're now symbiotic. We in the symbiotic thing where we're working together. You know what I'm saying? Now that gives you a whole different mindset, not only about the content that you create, but the content that you share, the content that you comment on other people, the content that you repost, right? This gives you a whole different mindset about how you do that. That's what I've been able to learn in about 30 days here on TikTok. For me, it allows me to be really, really intentional about my growth. I want to make sure that I'm growing with quality people who are actually going to come back to my information and share it, who are actually going to comment. Like I'm looking at Dr. Regina Turner, liked the video most recently. Thank you so much, Michael Thomas, for your follow. I'll be sure to check out your information. Excuse me, guys. This is just water for right now. I still have to go pick up my son in an hour and a half from work, and then this will no longer be water. Okay? All right. So now when you go look at your friends and your followers and the people who are engaging on your content and your information, you're continuing to read the room. And like Vanderbilt said, you're paying attention to who is actually engaging. If every time I open up my TikTok, I'm seeing like from one person, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find that one person. I'm going to unfollow them. Why? It ain't no way you had time, because my videos are not short. I don't do 7-second videos. Right? My content takes a minute to explain. My content is repurposed for my hour-long classes. and broken up into usually 1 to 5 minute pieces of content. My content is long. It ain't no way. If I see 15, 20 likes, it's no way you watch that video throughout completely. Right? There's no way that you actually took the opportunity to pay attention. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of Happy New Year. It's gonna be in a whole different kind of container too. We'll be saying happy New Year with a glass that looks more like your icon, right? There's no way, as long as my videos are, that you took the opportunity to really listen to the information. That's what I mean by read the room and be a quality engager. And when I'm looking at right now my 1,300 people, I know that my 1,300 people are actually dialed into what I'm actually doing, because if I see that happening on my timeline, I'm unfollowing the people. Like it, and I'm what do they call it? I'm removing them as a follower. I'm unfollowing them and I'm removing them as a follower. So when I go in and I click on my followers, I know exactly who these people are. I know exactly who David Red is, Red McInerney. I know exactly who Charmaine is. I know exactly who Red Mac is. I know exactly who Mona Lisa is. I know exactly who Julius Moses is. I know exactly who Jennifer is. I know exactly who Kelsey is, and because she's running right now. I know exactly who these people are. Here's one that I can go ahead and tell you right now that I will be removing. There's no picture. It says user. This is a brand new person, and they've been liking other videos. Quick. Several likes. It's a stream of likes. I'm not following that individual. Again, my videos are long. I know you didn't have the opportunity to watch all those videos that you put all those likes on, right? I'm paying attention and I'm following people who are actually engaging with my comment. And if I see a plethora of follow backs, then it's probably for me being in a grow room in a grow room, and people will just tap following. Well, I'm not just going to come in my thing and go follow back. No, I'm going to click on the image. I'm going to click on Salt Anna TG for life. Salt Anna TG for life is following 1,200 people and only has 123 followers. No bio. I'm not following them back. They don't have a bio. I don't know why I would follow them. There's nothing there to let me know why I would follow that individual. So I won't be following them, right? This is for the individual who's interested in growing like authentically, like for real, building a real community and wanting to really know their people. To me, that's who I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking to do. Okay. And so that's how I choose to move in 2026. I don't need 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people just for the sake of having 20, 10, hundreds of thousands of people. I want to know who the people are. I want to know why we're following each other. And I want to know that what I'm giving you will impact you and will help you. And hopefully what you're getting from me will impact you and help you. And what I'm getting from you will impact me and help me. I want reciprocal relationships. And if I only get that from 500, I'm good with 500. I got 4 kids and a dog and a grand dog that eat up enough of my attention. By the time I move into my business family, okay, I want to know each and every client. I want to know each and every person. I want to make sure that I'm able to help, and I don't want to be pouring into other people's cup from an empty cup. I want to make sure I stay full. So what I pour out pours into a cup that you can be full from, that you will then be able to pour out as well. I hope that makes sense. So I don't even know how we got on that topic and in that direction. But in this little bit of time that I've been on TikTok, that's how I've learned and how I choose to specifically build my community here on TikTok. Again, I say it all the time. If you guys have questions, definitely ask those questions. I will be more than willing to answer those questions at any time. If you guys uh, haven't had an opportunity, is that a net or is that a piece of land? If you guys haven't had an opportunity to follow those who have been in and out of the room, take the opportunity to do that. Kelsey and Vanessa, I see you guys are still here with me. Do you have any questions? Branding questions, business questions, family questions? I don't know, questions in general, questions about how the journey's going with Mac. Any questions at all? Please ask those questions and I will be more than excited to answer those. Like I said, tonight was not going to be a quick one. Tonight was not going to be a long one. It wasn't going to be long. It wasn't going to be short. It wasn't going to be just teaching. It was going to be just me getting on here and talking a lot about how 2026, is shaping up for me, what we're going to do, how we're moving as we close out 2025. Should I start a new page for my branding? So when you're saying new page, let me pin that one so I can make sure that I can answer that one and I can see it again. Should I start a new page for my branding? So here's my question for you. Congratulations again on being coachable, teachable, trainable, and getting your domain registered. And I think we were to move to the next step. So inside of the community, because I don't know a whole lot. I know we discussed a little bit on your console, but I would like to know more about the direction of your branding to know whether or not you should start a new page with regards to social media. Are you talking about a new page with regards to a funnel or a website? Or are you talking about on another platform? Like, what is the expanse of that question when you say start a new page for your branding? Expand a little bit on that. Let me know. This is Neo. That was Neo this Christmas. I heard this one earlier and I did not know that K. Michelle had such a pretty voice. This is K. Michelle. Oh, come on, you faithful. Funnel and landing page. Okay. So when you say start a new page, when you say a new page, my assumption from hearing start a new page means you already have something and you're wanting to know, should you start a new page? Or are you saying, hey, I have an idea and I need to start a page about that? And should that page be a full-blown funnel or should it just be a single landing page? And please don't think I'm being facetious, but I ask a lot of questions so that I can think through the entire process of what I'm thinking you may need. So let me run you through this and maybe this will help answer your question. So when I first started branding, everything I did from branding was custom. I did not work from a checklist. I didn't, when I first started, now we're 20 years into this, I did not work from a checklist. Vanessa will tell you, when I first started working with people for branding, you came to me, you told me what you needed, I did that. Because so many people kept asking me for different things, I ended up going this way with everything I could do. I ended up going from here and I did this. I didn't do this. I did this. So I ended up with so many various clients in so many different niches, and I did a lot of everything. It was beautiful. It was complete. It was branded, right? It was expansive. It was exhausting. Why? Because every time I would do something, they'd be like, okay, now I need this. We do that. Okay, now I need this. We do that. Okay, now I need this. And it just kept going on and on and on. And that is what required me to then go, okay, so you're saying that you need this. Why? And then you're going to do this with that. Why? So that you can do this with that. But why? right? So now I had asked 4 or 5 questions to get the 5 things that they needed. Come to find out, you actually probably only need 2 of those. Why do I say that? Because you're trying to do, to me, a funnel and a landing page literally can be the same thing. How do I say that? You go through a funnel to land somewhere, or a landing page can send you down a funnel. They can act interchangeably depending on what the end result or the purpose is. You could have a landing page, and on the landing page, the only purpose or point of the landing page is to get access to something. Meaning, right now, if you go to popmasterclass.martinabrittyeoverton.com, when you go there, I'm sending you there. Let me type it in. Pop, select all, copy. Let me show you guys this. So this is what I set up specifically so that I can get people where they need to be to get to the masterclass. So I'm flipping that around. Can you guys see that? And I know you guys here can see that here. Why do I have that cast over going on? Lord, I got y'all looking at all the junk on my table. That's really interesting. I'm not sure why that's there and why that's looking like that. Okay. So I'm showing you guys that. Let me share with you other guys what I'm sharing with my TT people so that you can see it. All right. So this is what I'm showing my TT people. For those of you who are on FB, LI, and YT. So I set this page up. That has me concerned. Okay, let me not be distracted. So I set this page up so that people can understand how to watch and discover how to plan, build, grow, and scale and protect, right, your personal assets, right? And the reason I set this up is because I needed people to understand that is going to disturb me, and I don't know why it's doing it. Yeah, I need to figure that out. It feels like there's something going on in my phone. But I needed people to be able to see this site, to be able to understand what they're going to see when they go to the masterclass. And so I say specifically, Dwayne's masterclass centers on the content of building a legacy through proper business structuring, right? His framework challenges the common reliance on LLCs. And I tell you all of this, right? I also tell you where this fits into my framework, right? While you come to me to get your assets in order and I focus on the foundation of your personal brand, then the next thing we do is we actually begin to put in place some of the things that he's telling us that need to be in place. Go ahead and submit your name and your email address, and then you're able to go and watch his masterclass for free, right? And that's at popmasterclass.martinabrittyeoverton.com, right? I set that up so that people can end up. Where would you think they would end up at, Kelsey, since you're already in there and you know exactly where they end up at? Where do you think these people would end up at? They end up in my community. Why do I want these people in my community? I want the people in my community so that I can continue to serve them. So for me, that's a landing page. That's a landing page because I have said to XYZ people, you're going to come to this particular link. This link is going to ask you for your first name and your email address so that I can put you in my community. Once you end up in my community, the first thing that it tells you to do is to look at the very first video. Here's the Pop the Balloon Masterclass. I don't take any recognition for this information. This is all from my coach. I'm saying you need to get this information because once you leave this small bit of information, mind you, this is a YouTube video free for anybody to find. Once you get that information, you're going to need his full masterclass that has the 10, 15 lessons in it. You're going to need the full masterclass because this is just a peek into his mindset. And he'll tell you he's not the holder, the gatekeeper, or any of that of all LLC information. He tells you this information is the information that people are gatekeeping from you. And he don't have time for no gatekeeping. He's going to tell you how to get in there, how to get it, and how to go forward. So for me, when I'm talking about what is the purpose for what you're trying to do next, it's not a simple question just to say, do I need a landing page or a funnel to start your brand? I need to know more about the brand. What is the point or purpose, or what would be on that landing page? And now that I know what would be on that landing page, then we start going through, how do you get to this? How do you do this? Or how do you get to this next? Okay. So for me, I started this whole spiel before you asked that question, Kelsey, saying when I originally started putting brands together, I used to hear people say, I need this. And I say, okay. And I do it. And then they say, and now I need this. And I do it. And they say, and now I need this. And I do it. Come to find out, you actually really didn't need all that. So currently, I need to know more to answer that question. I don't use my name now. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. I hope part of what I just said makes sense, because I realize I did go a little bit off on a tangent. So yes, I need to know more to be able to understand for your brand. I know what you registered was a part of your name, wasn't it? Let me see. You go to brand wins. Yes. KM Maxwell. Okay. So what is KM Maxwell? I will schedule a consultation. Okay, sounds good. So what you'll need to do at this point is to schedule your consultation. Well, we did your 15-minute brand, and the next step was for you to go through your first directive of getting your domain. You did your domain. The next step after that is kind of twofold. It's like you're standing at a fork in the road, and it's either you're going to go down the fork of documenting the process using your Cash Flow Queens journal, right? You're going to go down the process of tracking your 90 days, what you're doing, what you're trying to do, what you endeavor to do, what you're trying to document the process of. You're going to track that, whether it's something, simplistic as consistently, what are your top to do 3 items? What is your consistent schedule? Jotting down some of your notes. Are you on a workout journey? Are you on a better eating or a better drinking journey? Are you on a grateful journey? Are you trying to document the continued process of your gratefulness? Are you on a meal plan journal? Are you on a mood tracking journal? Are you on a financial journey? Are you trying to have certain checklist, and like that's kind of where we are. That's what the 90-day goal is for you to track, and then for us to take those 90 days, 30 days at a time, and put them into a framework on, hey, I went from A to B in 30 days. This is what that looks like. Here is my how-to of the first 30 days while we work on the next 30 days. Here is my next freebie or tripwire or a low-hanging fruit, purchase option for the second 30 days. The same thing from, the third 30 days. That's the kind of purpose of that left turn that we make. The Cash Flow Queen journals for the first, or you can go through the VIP day. Now, the VIP day is when we go through everything that you need to technically start the build of your personal brand in a day. We do 2-hour consultation. We have a 1-week break. It can be 3 to 5 business days break, and then we come on and we do the last. So it's a 3-hour consultation to take you everything from the rooter to the tutor for your brand, right? Now, I know where you are on this journey that you're currently on, the transition, and you're in. The VIP day may not be where you want to go right now. You may want to look at, let's start with the journal. All right. Yes, you can get the journal on the community page. So yes, between midnight tonight and 3 a.m. in the morning, because of that whole East Coast, West Coast, Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time, whatever it is, it's going to launch between 12 and 3 a.m. where you'll be able to purchase the journal directly from me because of being able to submit your affirmations in the next print journal. You are available also to go over to the Zon right now. Type in Cash Flow Queen Journal, CFQG. But Yelverton. The link is also in the community, I believe, already, where you can go purchase it off the Zon. Now, mind you, it's not going to be autographed, and you will not be able to submit your affirmations in the next journal in 2026. So we can discuss once you see the link in the community. Anybody else interested in knowing what community we're talking about, you can go up here and you can come into the community so that you'll be able to get access to that. Again, that's a 30, 60, 90-day journal of you tracking it while we build out what is going to be the first foundational steps of your brand. You already have your domain. Next, we're looking at, now that you have your domain, are there any subdomains that you need? How do you know whether or not you need subdomains? The only way that I feel you will know whether or not you need subdomains is if you know what you're going to be doing. That requires us to think through the process. Hey, for the first 30 days, I did this. Now I would like to sell the blueprint for that. I would like to have consultations. You'll need a subdomain for that. I would like to have a community. You'll need a subdomain for that. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot. I don't even try to have people think that it's not. It's a lot. But my goal is to simplify the brand journey for anyone who wants to take this journey. I want to simplify the journey for them by doing it step by step, 30, 60, 90 days at a time, doing a DIY, DWY, or DFY, or taking you through a brand launch. These are the different segments, taking it step by step by step. That's my goal, is to help you simplify the process, the progress, what it takes to get it done, taking it one step at a time, realize that this ain't no overnight thing. Just because I can offer you a VIP day and we can brand you in a day, don't mean that you are actually up functioning on with a full, complete 100% brand completely done in a day. So I'm hoping all of that makes sense. That's a lot to be closing out the year with. But if you're like me, you're excited about it, because I know I am. I'm excited about how we're making this journey. I'm excited about everything that we are attached to. I'm excited about the venture with Mac. I'm excited about the venture with Global Speakers University. I'm excited about my new venture with Toastmasters of Rocky Mount. I'm excited about what we have going on with Assure for Life. I'm excited about what we have going on with nonprofits. Like, I have a nonprofit venture. And think about this, Kelsey. You'll hear both myself and Mac when we begin to discuss things like what calls? What calls are you going to give to? Whether you're going to set up your own nonprofit and your cause is what others are going to give to, or you have a cause that is near and dear to you that you're going to give to. What if you were the liaison in between you and your network of people, and how to help them give to a cause they want to give to? And you were the person standing right there in the middle of all that, helping to broker the deal of people giving to a cause. What if that option were available to you? That is something that you should think about. You should be thinking about, hey, I would love to be able to, number one, give to a cause, and number two, help other people give to a cause of their choice. And I'm calling it a cause because there are different reasons that nonprofits exist. Some people exist just to be a part of the cause. There Tia go again. Thank you, Tia. Thank you so much for blessing me. I really appreciate it. What if you were able to be a part of the cause that people give to? Like, that's blessed to be a blessing. That's an individual that's blessed to be a blessing. Well, we are offering that option in 2026. If you already know a church or a nonprofit or a 501c3 that you want to give to, wouldn't it be dope if you could partner businesses with the availability to give to a cause of your choice, if not your own cause? Why? Because there are already merchant fees when cards are swiped that the bank is collecting. You all do know that, right? Like, you know that when you swipe a card, right? You know that when you swipe, you may swipe for whatever that amount says on that receipt, but you know there was a fee that was paid to a bank when you swipe. Yes or yes? You guys know that, right? So let's just say, for the sake of numbers, because, I don't do math in public, $100 is your tab. You swipe for $100. There's a fee that went to the bank when you swiped for $100 to pay your tab. Let's just say, for the sake of doing math in public, that fee was $5 whole. So that means the restaurant received $95. Y'all know we acting like I can do math in public. Okay, guys. Yes, I know there are taxes involved and all of that. Okay, let's just bear with me for the sake of doing math in public. $100 bill, you swipe it, $5 went to the bank, $95 went to the restaurant. Hey, Ayana, Happy New Year to you also. Okay, for the sake of doing math in public, let's just act like that's what happened. $100 was the bill. $95 went to the restaurant. $5 went to the bank. Okay, what if that $5 that went to the bank got split between the person who said bank, restaurant, nonprofit, let's all do business? Let's say in that $5, $1 went to you, $1 went to the bank, and $4 went to, $3. See what I mean? Well, we don't do math in public. $3 went to the nonprofit. That's not the breakdown. Okay. What's going on, DJ Candy's World? Thank you so much for breezing through here, for sharing this out to your amazing network. DJ Candy is absolutely awesomely amazing. I appreciate you, sis. Let's say, for the sake of doing math in public, okay, let's say that was the breakdown. The restaurant got what they needed. The nonprofit that you suggested got what they needed. You got what you needed, and the bank got what it needed. This, if you don't mind, I'd love whatever business proposal, I know you meant proposal. If you could hit me up directly, I am available inside of my community up there. Every now and again, I do check my DMs. If you'd like for it to drop it there, I could have a look at it. I haven't had an opportunity to check out your bio to see who you are and what it is that you bring to these amazing TT streets other than a TikTok strategist. I would love to have a look at that and let you know. If you don't mind me following back up with you, I greatly appreciate it. So let's say that was the breakdown of the $100. The restaurant got theirs, the bank got theirs, you who brokered the deal got yours, the nonprofit got theirs. Everybody got paid because the bank, who would originally have collected their fee, said, you know what? I'm willing to work with this business to send part of my fee to your nonprofit. That's coming in 2026. It's already here. It's already active. It's already up and running. Okay. But I want to make sure that I understand the process as well as I can understand the process before I bring it to my network. I also want to make sure everything is legit. Everything functions the way that it's supposed to function, because in my opinion, because I currently have 4 nonprofits that I work with, I want to make sure that they are owned, they're popping, they're set up, everything's running smoothly. Why? So I can prove it. Hello. So I can prove it that it works before I open up the floodgates and let everyone know about it. What does Max say? And I know it's not Matt. What does Dwayne say? When someone brings something to you, prove it should be your response. And not prove it trying to tear down anything that they're bringing to you, but prove it so you can see the evidence of it, right? When I landed on Mac's information, the first thing he said when your LLC is hurting you is, here's the proof of how your LLC is hurting you. And he pulled up the irs.gov site, and he pulled up the Secretary of State information, right? And he pulled up the actual letter documentation that came for the corporation versus the information that came for the LLC. He actually pulled up his presentation and walked you through why it makes sense to do it this way versus that way. He also pulled up 1040, tax filings to show you the proof. He showed you the proof of why the LLC is hurting you. So as I begin to take some of my nonprofits down this beautiful road of how they can actually partner with the banks of the businesses that their network frequent, I want to make sure that everything looks good so I can prove it, right? And again, I would say again, wouldn't it be a beautiful thing if you are available to say, hey, church, all your people go to that business. Why don't you ask that business to do what? Right? I love it. Please hold, then comes the proof, right? I want to be able to say to you guys, wouldn't it be a beautiful thing for you to go, hey, Pastor such and such, because each and every Sunday we go down the street and we eat at XYZ. Wouldn't it be nice when we swipe our cards that you get a part of that merchant fee? Wouldn't that be awesome to be able to say that? I always see you on my FYP. Wow, I just want to say, I think you are beautiful and I like your hair. Thank you so much. My hair is a hot mess today, but thank you, Dale Black. I appreciate that. It's nice to see you come into the room and comment. Hopefully you get an opportunity to follow for more and something other than my hair, right, lands with you and you are impacted by it, hopefully maybe in your personal brand, or if you actually have a business, you know what I'm saying? It'll help you there as well. So yeah, I think that would be amazing to be able to take this information to churches, to other nonprofits, right? And to be able to say, hey, because, in this community that we live in, so many people do business at this restaurant. It would really be nice if the church got a part of the merchant fees that all of these people are swiping when they do business at this place every single day. I think that would be pretty dope. Okay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So we'll be bringing that in 2026. I'm really excited about that. In addition to that, and I'm getting ready to close out, but I wanted to make sure I take the opportunity to walk you guys through here, everything that's coming to my community. So there you go. Nonprofits. That's what's coming from the nonprofit realm. All right. From the Assure for Life realm. You guys remember me talking about just recently my vehicle accident where we lost the vehicle in December of 2022. And during the situation, while I was going through it, I really had no sweat off my brow because I knew if something would happen with me, assets were in order. The kids knew what they had to do. My executor knew what they had to do. Everybody had their own lane that they would operate in should something happen to me. That was only possible because certain things have been put in place. And I work with a company and they handle all of that. It's nice to be able to know that I don't, or I won't, or the kids won't. Nobody has to wait on money to come should something happen to be able to lay me to rest or go through cremation or whatever a person chooses to do. No one has to wait for that. If you have things in place that take care of that, more information about that will be coming in 2026 because those are things that you don't want to have to think about during a critical time, such as laying someone to rest. You're grieving. You ain't got time to be thinking about all that. You're just trying to keep your head above water. You don't have time to be putting together services and plans and what would they have want. We have a company for that. Beautiful. that will be forthcoming. Next on the list. All right. Now, because I am a speaker, because I am a emerging speaker, because I am an aspiring speaker, I am not a well vetted, established 20 years in the game speaker like my mentor and speaker coach, Dr. Cheryl Wood at Global Speakers University. What she has opened up the floodgates for is I currently serve as the director of social media, which means I'm putting out all of the content about GSU and everything that we have going on. And the reason this is so important is because you have people who want to speak. You have people who have been speaking and need more speaking. You have people who need to learn things like how to develop their leadership skills, how to put together a signature story, how exactly to hone in their craft, to master their craft, to command the room, how to keep people drawn in on a live. You have all of these different areas, levels, tiers of speaking that people have no idea are important. Well, one of the things that I was told that I needed to do was I needed to, number one, join Global Speakers University, and did. And I also need to find some place locally to learn to speak better at Toastmasters, and did. Okay. So we will be inducted into Toastmasters. We have our first icebreaker speak coming next week. We are already scheduled to speak, and we're getting pinned with something I don't remember right now at Toastmasters next month in the new year. Boom. Like when I say pay attention because all of the signs are around you, if you are open and you've taken the lid off and you're ready to receive all of the abundance that awaits you just on the other side of your fear, you say you're scared, do it scared then. Because ain't nobody got time for nothing else. All right. So that's the nonprofit, that's the Assure for Life, that's the GSU, and the Toastmasters. Jesus. Bring it on back home. Two, we also have the Life Be Life in podcast. So my best friend, my life coach, my ace boon coon, as we say out here in the country, and I have come together to let me grab this so you guys can see this. I meant to have it right here ready for you. All right, we will be launching the Life Be Lifing podcast. This is where you go from feeling to healing. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that? Yes, the Life Be Lifing podcast from feeling to healing is launching in 2026. Right? We already have our schedule together, the recordings. It's just trying to figure out where in this vast ocean of goodness, where do we begin to put it out? Because just recently we came across, I think it's the blackeffect.com, and then there's podcast slots that are available, like between YouTube and Spotify and iHeart. There are all these different places where you could possibly launch at, and we want to launch as close to perfection as we possibly can. Like going through the process and going through the pursuit of consistency, we know nothing is ever going to be perfect, but the process is more important than perfection. And so we're excited about the Life Be Life and podcast. I'm bringing that in 2026 from myself, Coach T, and Coach Ty, right? Tawana and Tina, in case y'all wonder where in the world it came from. All right. So be on the lookout for that from the brand master. In addition to that, we have everything that is going on with the conversion, the restructure, everything that we have going on with not only myself through Dwayne Williams and Mac Enterprise Consulting, but also what I'm learning from Quality Jones and being in her community as well, and how that is going to bless people with grants and funding beyond your business, like nonprofits and all of that. So I'm really excited about what's coming for that specific, collaboration. And then we have AI, automations, ads, guru, my coach, my girl, my mentor, Bridget Bartlett. I meet with her each and every Monday through Thursday, 2 p.m., as well as I'm in her community 24/7. Let's see if I can bring this one up and show you real quick as we close out. I don't know if I have this one available to share or show on the screen. I am among her leadership. Oh, yeah, I do have. Okay, so let me see if I can pull this up onto the screen and share and show you guys. So for you all who are catching it over on here, you'll see, and I'll pull this up and show you guys in just a moment, TikTok. I am among the top 1% of the members inside of her Vision members. This is her My Vision agency where we discuss ads, AI, and automation, and all of the tools that I use to run my entire agency. Not only is she my mentor and my coach for that, she is one of my good friends. And as I said before, I am in the top 1% of the members. I'm featured throughout all of her branding. She just recently did the whole gold SaaS, whatever you want to call it, at the Go High Level Summit. She's won the Tesla. She has all these awards, and she coaches and she teaches and she trains us each and every Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as a host of other people. And I said I would try to show you guys this because I know visually it makes more sense when I am available to show you guys. But let's see here. I know you guys can see it, but you can't. So is that it right there? All right, there I am in the top 4% of her members in this community, level 4, 1% of members in her community. And as you see, no other members. I'm right here at the top. I am directly up under her here. I hope I don't have my food all on the camera. In My Vision agency, this is her. I'm number 2 there. If you look here, in the last 30 days on the leaderboard, I'm tying with my other members here. And in the last 7 days, number 1 leaderboard, blah, 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 blah. This is why I'm able to share so much of this good information with you guys, and why I say I don't recommend anything that I'm not going to walk you through how to use it. I make sure that anything that I talk with you about, I actually prove it, how to use it, how it works, what you need it for, why you need to use it to your best advantage, all of that. That's My Vision agency. And then you also have your girl, Brand Master Martina Britt Yelverton, your cash flow queen and founder of the number 1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business, so should you choose to do so. However, if you choose not to do so, then I am here to actually help you with your personal branding, to brand you, to educate you, to open your mind. I always pause to educate you because everybody doesn't want to know the truth. Everybody doesn't want what the real deal looks like. Everybody doesn't want the transparency. Everybody doesn't want to do the work. Everybody doesn't want the education. They just want the information and thinking the information is what is going to change them. It's not. It's the actual applied education. You literally can be informed of everything. Information is free. Transformation costs the investment of your time and your coin and your brain cells. You must be educated on the newness of something. You must unlearn to relearn. You must deprogram in order to move forward. That's where the education comes in. Again, to brand you, educate you, and to help you get your assets in order. And I say help, not do for you. Even in our done for you model of the Get Your Assets in Order framework, still need you to give me the information to do for you. Okay. All right. So I say to brand you, educate you, and to help you get your assets in order so that you can go from where you're new, aspiring, stuck, or struggling to gain the impact and influence and increase that you desire. So that's everything that I have coming for you in 2026. Should you decide to take this journey with me, okay? You can start by going up there into that community. You can hop into the community. You can click on the LINK up there. You can read through the BIO. You can come into the community and we can get to work. Kelsey, I'm excited to have you in the community. We have had several other people that have come into the community. My hope is that they will get busy inside the community and we will make it new. I'm going to flush out, like I say, a lot of the original people who are inactive in the group, because we know we started that community, putting them in there, allowing them to go into the learning tab that's in the community, allowing them to see all of the courses that were available to build their brands. Because again, prove it. We proved it because we had the people in the group doing the work. You can go and look at Elva Jade's brand. You can go and look at My New Walk in Life. You can go and look at Gerald Parker. You can go and look at what Regina Turner has done. You can go and look at what we're building for, the entire Arrington family, the Inspire that parlayed over into the Arrington EQ services, that parlayed now into Foothills Carriers for the Second Son. You can look at the Hayes Foundation. You can look at the Winston-Salem Sportsman's Club, Shamika Michelle, Stephanie J. Sanders. Like, you can look at all of these people. These people are in the community, but you can look at all of their brands. Elva Jade's brand and her testimony are on the website. You can look at Stephanie J. Sanders, her brand, Karesha Rainey, Phyllis Darden. All of these people are the proof on there that it actually works. And that's why we started the community the way we did. But now it's about the people who need to know, what is the foundation of branding? How do I get started? What do I do now that I have my domain? How do I create the subdomains? Where do the subdomains go to? What is it that I have now created that I know is my value? How do I get that out into the world? And that, my friend, is what the community is for. So I'm excited to have you in there with us, Kelsey. I don't know what my dog's out in this hallway tearing up, but it don't sound good. My daughter sounds like she's cleaning because my nose feel like bleach is flowing all up in through me right now. So I can barely breathe. I need to turn up my my air filter in here, open up some windows or something, because I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to make it, y'all. What in the world? This is not supposed to be part of the TikTok. Thank you guys for your time today. I appreciate it. At some point, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 different opportunities and areas. Now, that didn't even have anything to do with the other affiliate options that we have, like how to get your Canva set up, how to get your StreamYard, how to get your Zoom, how to set up your GHL account. What books do I recommend? How do you get the books that like? None of the other affiliate opportunities. That's just 9 core areas that we can work together in 2026. I hope to see you there. I hope you guys will join us a little bit later tonight. To your success, from one brand master to another. I wish you guys the absolute best, and I look forward to seeing you in 2026. Thank you for your time on today.